welcome to another art tutorial. My name is Imperial World, and today I'm going to be teaching you shading. Now basically there are two types of shading in digital arts. There's the cell shading and there's the soft shading. The soft shading is cell shading. You see them mostly in animes and some in mostly anime. If you watch anime art, then you know the other one, the soft shading, is for more realistic looking. So today I'm just going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you a technique, so from there we'll apply it to the next video to to back up our normal video. So yeah, so what we're going to do is create two circles. Yeah, we're going to let's use a skin color. We're going to yeah, so what we're going to do is you color pick this flat color. You can either clip, sometimes you can either clip to the flat color, clip this layer. So anything you draw, let's just say for instance now, anything you draw on this, that layer won't go outside. So it's also, if you don't want to use that, you can also use the magic wand. It selects that particular color you want to. So it's same thing to each other, but because of you drew the base layer base in the same place, we'll use magic wand. Let's start with cell shade. Now first thing you do is color pick. You go here, see this B option, you reduce. I used to reduce mine by 10, so when I do that it will be in 87. So because I don't want it to look a little bit dull, I add S. Honestly, I don't know what this HSB means. I should know, but I just to make it a little saturated. Then you take the special brush, put it to lasso fill, then easy. So okay, so we are going to assume our light is coming from here. Okay, so let's select the special brush. You, for the highlight, that's where the light will reach. That's where the light will hit here directly, this side here. We will color pick the base layer, then increase this side, then S, increase it a little bit white, and you just and that's basically it for cell shading. You can even make the highlights lighter, but not that white, and so that's cell shading. It's just you can see the shadows and you can see the highlights. It's not really that complex. It just depends on the style you want to do. This is how they do it in most anime. Sometimes they even do they could even make it darker around here. Let's do that. So you color, pick this. Okay, I even do the same thing, make it darker. 77 by 10, 77. I just use the number so that when I want to change them later, I will remember. So I just use them by 10. You can do it by 5 or anyhow you like. So you just come here and could make it darker. Same thing here. How would I do this one by? Okay, yes. You could like just something like this. Yeah, that's how you could do it. You see the transition. You can see the transition going from the normal base to darker. Could even go far. Let's make it very dark. Depends on what you want to do. Something like that. Then you don't forget your bounce light. Bounce light is you know when an object is on a table, let's say it's on a table, the light reflecting on the table, let's say this side here, the table is going to be here, the light reflecting from this table here, it's going to bounce here back, so you will see it in most drawings. So let's just use any color. We'll do the same thing for this one here, so but let's not rush it. So we are going to pick, let's say you want the bounce lights to be blue. No, let's use purple. I like purple. So we want it to be purple. Wait to be light. Then yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'm not going to go. There are actually blending modes to make this a little bit lighter, but we're not talking about blending modes now. Let's just talk about the normal, the way you shade, and from there we'll start to talk about the blending modes. So that's that for cell shading. Now for soft shade, that's what I like to call it, or blend. Most people like their art to be a little bit realistic. So what you do here is the same technique as here too, but we are going to use it in a more softer transition. You understand? So what we're going to do is let's do this in another layer. What I'm going to do is select, reduce 87. Yeah, click on go to your airbrush or triangle or anyone you like. I like to use one of these two. So just pick this, increase it, and just, it doesn't matter if you are using stylus, a pen, stab pen or not. I'm using a stylus for this. So even if you cannot get that pressure sensitivity stuff, you can just manually do it. It's not really a big deal like that. You can always reduce the opacity here. Just make sure that you do it in tens, so that, okay, let's say for start now, okay, let me off, okay, because I'm sure that most of you are watching this won't have a stylus, so let me switch off my sensitivity so you can see how I do it. So you see now is in 100. So what you can do is just go to 50. Let's make it a little darker. 87 is too light. 77. Yeah. So light is coming from there the same way. You just have to start from the mid, there, something like that. Yeah. So no, that's too much. Sorry. Around there. Now we're going to get darker, 67 or 66. No, just for this side here. Now for the light part of it, you come here, you make this, let me just say any amount, not too light, you reduce the opacity here, not too light, so just come here like this and you can make it light though, or whitish. The colors are looking pretty dull. It's because of the method I use. Normally we use multiply all these blending layers, so maybe that's what we will do when we want to apply them to our portrait drawing. So but for now, just look at how I do it. Sorry, just look at how I do it so that by that time it won't be confusing. So even if I decide to use blend, that one I can now explain to you the blending mode. So just make it a bit lighter. We'll use the same color as this, but something like this. So you can even like you can blur it if you are saying it's giving you hard edges and you don't want hard edges, just blur it. Then come back, or you can just pick from this one. You understand, eh? Nice, software. Yeah. So bounce lights too. Bounce lights here. Color pick. Come here. Not too much, but then that's it. Then for highlights, something like okay, wait. Highlights. Yeah, for the highlights, you could also make this. If you want, you could also make this kind of thing. You could also make it here, but in a way that you just, the highlights actually, the kind of highlights you put actually says a lot about the material, the kind of material. So if I was to put a shiny highlight here to show that this thing is either rubber, it's okay. Let me show you. So from there you can just so you can see the highlights. You increase the brush, then reduce the opacity so it will give you this okay, wait, let me change the background. So that you can see the background. So you select this whitish color here, you choose the opacity, increase the brightness, and you just let that shine just show there like that. Not too much though. Can also reduce the blend. Sometimes you have to just reduce the layer so it won't be too shouting. Just something like that. It's showing the kind of material it is. So at least now you can actually, because the color is actually looking a little bit. You could always change the color now. Let me show you. No, I won't want to go too deep. Could always go here, increase brightness, contrast, hue and saturation, increase saturation, change the hue color. It's actually fun. I'm not actually, but sometimes I just increase saturation. See, it has changed color. It's not really looking as dull as it is. So you just increase saturation like this, which is like around 20. Yeah, lightness, darkness. So just leave the darkness as it is. Don't worry, it will look it's looking somehow now, but when you see it when I'm doing the characters, as we are drawing the character in the next video, you understand what I'm talking about. So you can see, let's do the same thing for the cell shading. VFX, hue and saturation. See, the same thing. See that it looks more like see, look how dull it was in the first place. Then I increased this to 20, and it's actually looking better than before. So there you have it. That's the difference between cell shading and soft shading. So thank you for watching it to the end of this video. If you like this, please subscribe. If you have subscribed already, you can show your friends. There are people that need